With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
In this question, we have to draw a label diagram of the complete flower. So we know that flower is a unit of sexual reproduction that we are going to find in the flowering plants or in the angiosperms. And the structure of the flower has a lot of variety, but basically the flower has 4 whorls into which all of the organs are arranged. So it is called a unit of sexual reproduction because it also contains the reproductive structures, the sex organs. So let us look at the flower and these 4 whorls which it contains. So over here, let's try to draw. Like this, we can represent the carpel or the female sex organ of the flower, which is also known as the pistil. Now, apart from the pistil, in a flower we are also going to have the male sex organs. So these are our stamens. So here we are done with our reproductive organs. But apart from this, in the flower we will also find additional whorls. So in this diagram, let's draw them and see what these different whorls are. So like this, we can represent the different structures that we are going to find in a flower. First of all, let's start with the thalamus, which is like a platform on which all of these 4 whorls of the flower are situated. Then the first whorl out of the 4 is the whorl of sepals. So sepals are green leaf-like structures which protect all of the inner whorls of the flower, and this whorl of sepals is known as the calyx. Next, inner to the sepals, we have our petals, which are mostly brightly colored, attract the insects to pollinate the flower. So the whorl of these petals is known as the corolla. So both of these, calyx and corolla, these are the accessory whorls of the flower because they're important in the flower, but they're not directly involved in the sexual reproduction. After this, let us move on to the sex organs. So here we have our stamen. The upper part, the terminal part of the stamen is called the anther, in which the pollen grains are produced. And the stalk of this anther is known as the filament. So together, both of these structures make up the stamen, which is the male sex organ in the flower. And the whorl of stamens is known as androecium. Finally, the innermost whorl of the flower consists of the female sex organs. So over here, let's label the different parts. The upper part is known as the stigma, which acts like a landing platform for the pollen grains. When the pollen grains are released from the anther, they will land on the stigma. Then we have an elongated tube, which is known as a style, through which the pollen tube is going to pass when the pollen grains germinate on the stigma. Finally, the basal part of our carpel, as we can see, it is enlarged, it is quite bulged. So this is known as the ovary, in which we find that these ovules are attached into a flattened cushion-like tissue called the placenta. So the style, stigma and ovary, these 3 are together going to make up our carpel, and the whorl of carpel is known as gynoecium. So here we can see the complete structure of a flower, in which we have shown the 4 different whorls. First of all, we have shown the thalamus, on which all of these 4 whorls are situated. Then we have the outermost whorl, the whorl of sepals called calyx. Then we have the whorl of petals called corolla. Both of these are the accessory whorls, whereas our androecium and gynoecium over here are the essential whorls. Here also we see in the androecium we will find the stamens. The terminal part of the stamen is the anther, inside which pollen grains are produced. and the stalk of this anther is called filament. So together they make up the stamen. Similarly, the carpel is also divided into three parts. The upper landing platform for the pollen grains called stigma, then an elongated tube called style, and finally we have ovary, inside which we will find the ovules, which have the egg or the female gamete. So this is the structure of flower, and it is necessary for the sexual reproduction process in our angiosperms.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut App today.